Violent protests erupting in Egypt after President Mohamed Morsi grants himself new powers. Tens of thousands clashing on the streets over the move, some burning offices of Morsi's group, the Muslim Brotherhood, a spokesman for the president, calling the expansion, quote, temporary. But former CIA operative Wayne Simmons is not buying it. Wayne is on the phone. Thanks for joining us, sir.
It's a pleasure, Brenda.
So what does this mean? Is this basically has he turned himself into a dictator overnight? And we really, violence is not just in Gaza now, it's erupting elsewhere. How dangerous is this making the region?
Well, that makes it the region, as dangerous as it already was, even more dangerous. What we have is exactly what I said many times in the past, and my military colleagues knew that once the Muslim Brotherhood had seized control, and that's exactly what they've done through Morsi, through Mohamed Morsi. I mean, this was a no-brainer. We knew. I mean, he has virtually stolen not only the Constitution, he has thrown out the Parliament. He has thrown out which they do not have now. And so the poor Egyptians are saying, oh, everything was going to be great, it was going to be wonderful. Morsi came in and took over, and now look what we have. So this is a very, very dangerous situation.
Well, Ambassador Susan Rice on the 21st praised President Morsi for security efforts. Did she speak too soon?
Well, she seems to have a habit of doing that. And what I would say to you is that this would not happen. All of these things that are taking place in the Middle East, and this is not a political statement, this is a statement of fact. These volatile situations that have taken place in Libya and Syria and of course Egypt, we've thrown out guys that are questionable. We got that. We understand that. But what we've done is allowed the Muslim Brotherhood now to complete their caliphate. This is exactly what they promised they were going to do, and they have done it. And now the Egyptian people will be without a constitution. They will be without a Supreme Court. They will be without anyone who can control who some are calling the new Pharaoh. I mean, when people go that far, it's just absolutely a remarkable, bold move that this guy did.
Well, we give a lot of money to Egypt. I think Egypt is the second biggest recipient of bilateral aid from the United States, second only to Israel.
Correct.
And we're considering releasing some emergency funds now. What does that do to giving this man more money?
Well, what it does is it tells the world, and it certainly tells the Egyptian people, that this new president, that the second-term president that we have in President Obama, is going to continue to support the Muslim Brotherhood. And that is exactly what is happening, and there can be no other explanation.
All right.
If there were, Brenda, we just cut it off. We tell them, no, you can't do that. There will be no aid unless you rescind these orders. And that's not happening.
A minute-by-minute situation. We'll be watching it. Former CIA operative Wayne Simmons joining us. Thank you so much, sir.
Always a pleasure.
So, Walmart